Covington is not the same anymore. Buckley beat old man Colby at the final UFC tournament in 2024. On the evening of December 14th, the UFC on ESPN 63 tournament took place in Tampa. In the main match of the event, American fighters Colby Covington and Joaquin Buckley fought within the welterweight category. The fight turned out to be bright and adequately closed the year 2024 for the UFC. However, there was no special competition in it. Buckley won a landslide victory. We tell you how the top prospect from St. Louis passed the test in the person of a three-time contender for the UFC championship title. A shock start from Joaquin. The first minute of the battle is spent on target practice. The guys are groping for distance, trying to find their own. After that, Joaquin becomes noticeably more active. The 30-year-old prospect presses and moves a lot, trying to attack serially. In the middle of the first round, Buckley gives Covington a cut that seriously bothers Chaos. He can't concentrate fully and misses it over and over again. At the very end of the 5-minute period, Buckley sends the former interim champion into a knockdown. Colby miraculously survives until the break. According to Stats Fight Statistics, Covington lost in the first round by the number of landed strikes with a score of 10-23. At the same time, Colby tried to take a takedown 3 times, but each time Buckley stopped his compatriot's fight without any problems. Joaquin's advantage in the starting segment is perfectly reflected on the course of the fight screen. Colby tries to save the fight in wrestling. After the first round, it became clear that only wrestling could save Colby in this confrontation. Until the equator of the second segment, Covington could not drag the enemy to the ground. There was a fierce exchange of punches in the rack, where Buckley was more precisely. In the middle of the round, Covington finally manages to transfer Buckley to the stalls. But he gets up quickly enough and continues to smash his opponent's face. According to G-Fight, Joaquin takes this segment as well, with a 52% probability. Doctors stop, everything was coming to this. At the start of the third round, Buckley hits well with sweeping overhands several times. Covington is constantly retreating and is not eager to respond to his opponent. Then Joaquin, defending himself from Colby's next takedown attempt, makes a mistake. It allows Colby to enter the top position. But soon enough, the prospect from St. Louis corrects the situation and returns the fight to the distance. Covington's face is completely wrinkled. Obviously, the veteran's cuts are bleeding heavily. This is also noticed by the referee, who announces a timeout and invites the doctor. After the medical officer examines Covington, referee Dan Miragliotta stops the fight. That's it, Buckley's victory by technical knockout. Of course, Covington didn't want to end the fight like that. Colby was eager to continue the slaughter. Perhaps, deep down, Chaos hoped that he was able to turn the tide of the duel. However, it is worth admitting that everything was going to Buckley's victory. Joaquin was better in each round due to the huge difference in physics and striking skills. Marks for the fight. Buckley performed his best at the last tournament, defeating Covington in terms of the number of landed strikes 87-30 to 70-23 strikes to head. And by preventing 8 attempts takedown out of 9 from Colby, Joaquin received a deservedly high rating for his performance from Stats Fight Performance to 8.7. As for Covington, who failed the fight, he is endowed with a rating of 6.5 based on the results of the fight. Buckley is in the title race, Covington is heading into the sunset. Joaquin Buckley scored his 6th win in a row. He remained undefeated at 77 kilograms in the UFC and will now rise to at least 6th place in the ranking. Perhaps now we can safely say that Joaquin is breaking into the welterweight title race. Buckley is separated from the championship fight by only 1 victory. And in the next fight, the American knockout can get another famous opponent, Kamaru Usman or Leon Edwards. As for Colby Covington, he is failing for the 2nd time in a row. Moreover, defeat again looks discouraging for Chaos. He has lost in sharpness, in power and, it seems, in motivation. It is very likely that we are witnessing the decline of the career of 36-year-old Colby, who for the first time in a long time may fall out of the top 10 in the welterweight rankings of the best league in the world. If you like this review, then put a like. You can view statistics and analytics of other UFC fights in our Stats Fight, MMA Picks and Score app available in the App Store and Google Play.